All right, so here we are on Sunday night with a little football and baseball to break this evening. And before we get started ripping packs, we do generally go through a little information. And we're going to start that here in just a second as soon as I can get chat loaded. It's not wanting to cooperate with me tonight. So the first thing you see there, of course, is just a note about my feedback. And that's that it is 100% automated on eBay. So anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return with no waiting. Second thing, and the most important thing, is to say thank you to everyone. I always appreciate everyone who bids, who breaks with me, chats with me, stops by just to say hi and all that stuff. So thank you to everybody. Next up, if I can get myself back on the spreadsheet, that is, we're going to take a look at the things that are coming up for the next 5 days. This stuff is already listed on eBay, and we'll be breaking it over the course of the next few days, as you see here. So we're going to have some one-box breaks, including a basketball jersey tomorrow night, and then a half case of Optic basketball. On Tuesday, we're going to have a special Summit Edition autographed football jersey. And then we'll do a half case of Leaf Metal Draft, a half case of Flawless football, and a half case of Elite Draft Picks football. So we're going to be going crazy on Tuesday night with all the football. Wednesday, an autographed helmet, a couple of one-box breaks, and a full inner case of Diamond Kings. That comes out on Wednesday. We're going to break it on Wednesday. On Thursday, some more autographed memorabilia, another half case of Prime Signatures football, and another half case of Optic basketball. Then on Friday, a little autographed memorabilia, some Signature Series baseball, and another half case of Gypsy Queen. So that's what it looks like for the 5 days ahead. For tonight, this is the order that we're going to break in. So I think this is actually the exact order. So first up will be the Chicago Show exclusive Signature Edition football box, I should say. Then the half case of Prime Signatures football, then the Chicago Show exclusive Signature Edition baseball box, then Leaf Trinity baseball, then Gypsy Queen baseball. It sounds like a lot, but most of those are pretty quick. So that's kind of the order we're going to go in. The other thing to notice there, our first 3 breaks tonight have completely free shipping. Anytime something ships for free, it's going to go out about 6 or 7 days after the auction ends. Sometimes sooner. If you have another package going in the interim, it might hitch a ride. But if nothing else is going out, my anticipated shipping date for that is Saturday the 14th. The paid shipping breaks tonight, which are Trinity Baseball and Gypsy Queen, I have those listed as a Thursday shipping date. I know that's a little bit longer than what I would normally have, but I've got a lot of stuff coming up this week, and I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So right now I'm looking at Thursday the 12th on Trinity and Gypsy Queen to ship, and if I can get it out to you sooner, I will. Finally, if you are in one of these breaks and you do not pull anything, no card, no memorabilia, whatever the case may be, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card for your team. Can be from any year, from any series. Will typically ship with your next package, can ship sooner upon request, and more information about that in the listing description. So first up tonight, 2018 Hit Parade Chicago Show exclusive Signature Edition football box. That is a mouthful. And this is break number 1. It ended tonight on April the 8th. We're live streaming it tonight on April the 8th. And of course, team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. And a new spreadsheet will go up before we start each break. So if you're not in this break, you're going to get a chance to see your name across from your team when we get to your break. And finally, I do take the camera off of autofocus. I manually adjust it. I do realize that's going to put the background out of focus, but we're still going to be able to see the cards and everything fine, so no worries. Now in chat, oh gosh, we got a lot going on in chat. So Bryce is there, and Brian Snyder is here. It's his first time, he says. And Kent Doss says that he'll be gentle with him, which frankly is pretty funny. So guys, nice to have everyone here tonight. I see Sean Frost is in our chat as well. And Brett as well. Yes, Brett, Trinity is the order that I just ran down. So Trinity will be coming up here in, I don't know, maybe about 8 or 10 minutes. We'll be starting on Trinity. So tonight, out of our Chicago exclusive box, we pulled a DeAndre Hopkins numbered to 10. And this is actually back when Topps used to still make football. So you've got a nice patch, the sticker auto there, and pretty cool little hit overall for the Texans. So there's our hit out of the Chicago Signature Edition football. Next up, I told you these were going to be quick. I wasn't kidding. Next up is our half case of 2011 Prime Signatures football. That one does take a slight bit longer, but not too much more. So once again, if you are in this break, please take a moment to review both the shipping, anticipated shipping date for your break, as well as the information about what happens if your team is not pulled in the break. This is 5 boxes of 2011 Panini Prime Signatures football as a half case break, break number 61. Like everything tonight, it ended April the 8th on eBay, and we're live streaming it on April the 8th as well. This is the start of a new case, so you know what that means. I'm going to take out all 10 boxes, we'll number them on the end, and then use random.org to determine which ones we open tonight versus which ones we open later in the week for the back half of this case. I know there's technically not case hits in here, so I could probably, in theory, wouldn't have to do that, but you guys know I've done it this way for a long time. I just like it to all be very transparent, no questions about how we decide what we're going to open on a given night if we're not, if we're busting a case and not opening the full case and all that sort of stuff. So it takes a couple of minutes extra, but I think it's worth it. All right, so we're going to roll over to random. I'm going to type in 1 through 10, and I will just hit random one time. Whatever the first 5 numbers are that come up will be the 5 boxes that we open tonight. Oh, look at that. I did that again. I don't know what the deal is. Like 2-3 nights in a row, I've done that, and I don't normally do it. So leave that extra space in there. Something with my hand-eye coordination must be off. 7, 9, 5, 8, and 1. So 1, 5, 7, 8, 9 we're opening tonight. All right. There are our 5 boxes. Let me set our other 5 aside, and then we'll get started on this. So this is 1 pack per box and 1 hit per pack. We may find a redemption in here. If we do find a redemption, you will notice that it is expired. However, you do still want to put it in your Panini account just like you would redeem an unexpired one. Sometimes, believe it or not, they still have these cards, even older than this. Sometimes they still have them. And when they do, you'll usually see it show up probably in a couple of months from the time that you enter it. If you put in something expired and you haven't seen it show up within a couple of months, then there's a really good chance that they don't have that particular card anymore. However, if you can find a live person, and that's always the key, they will work with you to replace it. They'll ask you about your favorite teams, favorite players, etc., and exchange it for a card of equal value. The key, of course, is finding the live person. I typically recommend Twitter or Facebook for that because they don't ever answer the phone or their email. So there you go. Oh, Bryce, you didn't win any teams tonight? I'm sorry, man. But I'm with you. I love Trinity this year. It's been fantastic. I mean, Trinity's always good, and you know I'm a fan of the Leaf products anyway. But Trinity seems to be especially good this year. We have hit some really nice stuff in it. So, I'm looking forward to getting in there myself. And, of course, Gypsy Queen is always fun to open. Any of the old school ones like that, or the cards that are old school feel, like Gypsy Queen and Heritage and all that, I'm a fan of those. Everything in 2011 Prime Signatures is numbered even hour base. Ariellis Ben to $4.99 for the Bucks. Jason Witten, $4.99 Cowboys. Darren Woodson to $99 for the Cowboys. And our first hit out is Cameron Jordan. I have to get some sleeves out. It is numbered to 49. It's for the Saints. That one is a sticker auto, which basically just means that Cameron Jordan wasn't at the Rookie Premiere Day. Because when they were at the Rookie Premiere Day, these are on card signatures in this set. Colt McCoy to $499 for the Browns. Jack Youngblood, $4.99 Rams. Jim Stenrud to $99 for the Kansas City Chiefs. And we are traveling back in time here with Rick Cazares to $49. So that's, we pulled another one of his recently too, interestingly enough, out of Prime Sigs, I think. Hadn't seen him in forever. Now all of a sudden here he comes. So Warren Sapp to $499 for the Bucks. Pierre Thomas, $4.99 Saints. Thurman Thomas to $99 for the Bills. And a little Chad Greenway to $49 for the Vikings. So Vikings with a cool little Chad Greenway who didn't want to go in the sleeve there for a hot second, but we got him in there. Bryce, you hit 2 1-of-1s this week in player breaks. That's pretty awesome, man. A Rizzo Black and a Prado Gold. Very nice. This is Daryl LaMonica to $4.99 Raiders. Asamoga, you know I can't say his name, to $4.99 for the Eagles. Brian Cushing to $99 for the Texans. Our hit, very nice, Julius Thomas to $49 for the Broncos. That is also a sticker auto, but pretty cool little hit there for Denver. Marino to $4.99 Broncos. Ryan Matthews, $4.99 Chargers. Chris Carter to $25 for the Vikings. And oh, look at that, Steelers. Big Ben Roethlisberger to $20. And you know what? We had another one of his to $20 out of here not that long ago, within the last few months. So there's only 20, right? And we've hit 2 of them recently. So we've been on a little bit of a roll there. And, of course, I love my Steelers, so I'm glad to see that. So the big Ben Roethlisberger to $20 for the Pittsburgh Steelers is an excellent hit. Followed by Julius Thomas to $49 for the Broncos. I'm a fan of that one, too. Nice Chad Greenway to $49 for the Vikings. Rick Cazares to $49 for the Bears. And Cameron Jordan to $49 for the Saints. So all in all, I would have to say that's a pretty successful half case. I love my Prime Signatures. You know I do. I open it all the time. So now we are going to be shifting into baseball breaks. So I know a lot of my football folks are going to be taking off. So for those of you who are heading out the door, once again, thank you. I appreciate you. And for baseball, if you are in this break for the Chicago Show exclusive edition, once again, I'm anticipating it will ship out on Saturday. The free shipping stuff goes out once every 6 to 7 days. And please take a moment also to note the information there about the consolation card if you do not pull a card in this break. This is 2018 Hit Parade Chicago Show exclusive signature edition baseball box break number 1. Ended tonight, April the 8th, live streaming tonight, April the 8th. You will see several teams in here that are that says by them no bids buyback. So those are just orphan teams. No one loved them. No one bid on them. So if a card comes out for one of those, it'll have to hang out here with me. But otherwise, if it comes out for one of the other teams, it's going to go out the door to one of you guys. Sean, this is the back half of the case of Trinity. We already opened the front half of this case of Trinity. This is the back half of our second case that we'll be opening tonight. Our hit in here for the Yankees, and isn't that nice? Whitey Ford, numbered to 24 out of Tribute. That's a pretty sweet little hit for the Yankees, in my opinion. So definitely worth the investment there for that bid. And of course, just the one card in there, and there was a little advertisement in there, which I didn't show you probably, but there's the advertisement. And yeah, so now, that was fast. I know, that was fast. Now we're going to Trinity Baseball. Oh, M. Kent, I'm sorry. I did not see your message in time. I just now saw it that you were asking about picking up some of those unsold teams. I apologize, man. I didn't catch that in time. I don't usually have that many unpaid teams, so I don't typically do a lot with them when we do have them, but I probably would have tonight, but I just didn't catch it in time, so apologies for that. This is going to bring us into Trinity Baseball, and once again, I'm anticipating shipping for Trinity to be Thursday. I know that's a little bit longer than it normally is for me, but got a lot of meetings and stuff this week, and I just am afraid to say sooner. If I can get it to you sooner, I absolutely will. 6 boxes of 2017 Leaf Trinity Baseball. This is a half case break. It is break number 4. As I mentioned a minute ago, it is the back half of the case we started earlier in the week, or I guess now last week, this being the start of a new week. And once again ended tonight, April the 8th. Live streaming tonight, April the 8th. And your name in lights is across from your team name. Now there's a couple of things to know about Trinity that are kind of important. The first one is, of course, Topps is the only one who can use the logos. So you guys know, I'm sure, that we don't have the team logos on these cards like you do with some other products. And that leads us to a couple of things. One, our patch cards and inscription cards and like that, those will all have the team name on the back. And sometimes it will be, just so-and-so is drafted by the Braves or whatever. That's what will designate which team those cards go to. If it said, for instance, they were drafted by the Braves and traded to the Marlins on the back of the card, then the card would obviously go to the Marlins because that's their way of designating what team it is. They write a little paragraph about it, and that's how they get around the restrictions. But there are still some other cards in here that are acetate cards that will not have any team information on them. For those cards, they will go to the team that the player is currently affiliated with, okay? So basically, let's say we pulled out Ahmed Rosario on one of those acetate cards that didn't have any team information on it. Well, we know that he's a New York Met, so it would go to the Mets. But the way that I would determine the current team is by going to MILB. That's the site of Minor League Baseball, MILB.com. And that would give us the parent club affiliation for anything we might pull. So acetate cards will be determined by who the player is currently affiliated with. The patch cards and the inscription cards, of course, once again, there's a team name on the back of them already. If you want a list, sometimes with this product, people want a list of what all the hits were because, the acetate stuff, I often do not announce it during the live break because I don't want to say it incorrectly and then get somebody's hopes up and have to send them a message and say, you know what, I said that wrong. So, as I said, those I look up and verify on MILB.com after the fact. So if you want a list of everything that came out, shoot me a message over on eBay and just let me know that. And once I get this break sorted, which will be in a couple of days, I will shoot you that list over that will outline every hit in the product. All right. So, We have had really, really nice pulls come out of Trinity, and I'm sure that's going to continue tonight. So first up, this is Patrick Mazaka, and you also know I'm going to butcher most of the names because I'm terrible with the names. Lewis Brinson, and this is an example of one where it says, of course, he was signed by the Rangers, traded to the Brewers. Now, I know he has been traded again since then, okay? But the card designates the Brewers by way of saying traded to the Rangers, or signed by the Rangers, traded to the Brewers. So Lewis Brinson goes to the Brewers. It's only if there's no team information at all on the card that we would go and look at their current team. Norge Ruiz, numbered to 25. James Nelson with a nice looking patch there, and that is for the Miami Marlins. Ian Anderson. For the Padres, we have Fernando Tatis Jr. to 25. And see, this is another example of what I'm talking about where it says, you know, signed by the Red Sox and traded to the Padres. So obviously he signed it Padres on the front, but that's, again, just to clarify the point of how they're awarded. Oh, a nice little Mackenzie Gore. Very nice hit. Brendan Little to 25 for the Cubbies. Pavin Smith for the Arizona Diamondbacks. AJ, how do you say his last name? This is to 20. I always say Puck, but I don't know if that is right or not, but it is numbered to 10. Trevor Rogers. Trevor is for the Marlins. Adam Hazley. You do say it Puck? Good. That's how I've been saying it, but then I was like, you know what? I'm so bad with pronouncing the names. I figured I was probably saying it wrong. Logan Warmoth to 25. That is a really nice piece of the logo there for the Blue Jays. Nick Allen to 25 for the A's. Bubba Thompson to 25 for the Rangers. Garrett Hampson for the Rockies. What is the question, Sean? About who are you saying? Bronson? Are you talking about Lewis Brinson? The original, like from a ways back? Yeah, I'm sure. Because, you know, here it is again. Signed by the Rangers, traded to the Brewers. So once again, it goes to the team that's designated on the card. The only time it doesn't go to the team that is designated on the card is in the case where there's not a team on the card, like the acetate cards, which is why, you know, I bring all that up at the beginning of the break so you guys all know how that works. So Blake Hunt here, for example, doesn't have any team information on there, so Blake Hunt will go to the team that he is currently affiliated with. Then we have Matt Sauer, and that's a nice, nice patch, numbered to 10. I mean, that is probably the best patch we've hit out of Trinity so far at all. And, of course, he is for the Yankees. Trevor Clifton, and that is for the Cubs. But, yeah, the reason that I do that way, guys, just it's for consistency, right? Because like if we were to pull, for instance, in Gypsy Queen, there are box toppers that have Giancarlo Stanton as a Marlin. So those would go to the Marlins. There are base cards for Stanton in Gypsy Queen where he's designated as a Yankee. So obviously those go to the Yankees. And of course, you know, there's plenty of other examples. Last year when we had Moncada, there was one product where he was in it both as a Red Sox and as a White Sox. So that is why it goes to the team that's designated on the card when there is a team designated on the card. It's for consistency. That's how we would do it with any other product. Freddie Tarnok to 10. A redemption for Seth Romero. And it is going to be a Signatures auto card. So not a patch card on the Romero. And then another redemption. This one is Edwin Rios, and it is a patch auto. Horia /25, another beautiful patch in here. I mean, that's really my favorite part about Trinity anyway. That is for the Milwaukee Brewers. Royce Lewis, how about that hit? Yeah, that's nice. Minnesota Twins with the big booming Royce Lewis hit. I love it. Drew Ellis. For the Blue Jays, Nate Pearson. Then we have Melendez, MJ Melendez for the Royals. Mark Vientos, and oops, Mark is numbered to 25. I just about missed the part where he was numbered, didn't I? Sorry about that. Shed Long for the Cincinnati Reds. M. Kent Doss, we have not hit any of the logo swap cards in Gypsy Queen. They're very, very, very rare. But if we do hit one, and I always announce this at the beginning of Gypsy Queen, or I typically do. However, of course, we're not in Gypsy Queen yet. But it would go to the correct team because that is an intentional error. That is a short print intentional error in Gypsy Queen, which is a different matter. DL Hall, that is numbered to 25. Greg Deichmann to 25 for the Oakland A's. Jaron Kendall for the Dodgers. Alex Fado for the Tigers. That's the first time we pulled up. Maybe it's not the first. We might have pulled one out of the first case too, but I haven't seen him in a while anyway in here. Another redemption. This one is for Griffin Canning. A patch card. Ronald Acuna. I know somebody was waiting on that. Numbered to 25. How sweet is that? And Ronald Acuna is in the Braves. Cody Bellinger. Dodgers with another one. That is to 25. That's pretty. M. Kent Doss, we'll get into that a little bit more when we get into Gypsy Queen. If you'll just bear with me, I'll go into that in a little more detail when we break that. But let's just finish up the recap here for Trinity and let those poor people, you know, not have to deal with all of our confusion of Gypsy Queen. And then we'll get into that again a little bit further. But it is basically what I said earlier, but for sure we can talk about it again. So the nice Ronald Acuna to 25. That is a beautiful patch, and it's a really nice hit for the Braves, who were absolutely hoping for that, I'm sure. The Griffin Canning redemption. Shed Long. MJ Melendez. Nate Pearson. Obviously, the recap, we don't spend as much time. Royce Lewis, really nice hit for the Twins. Horia to 25. Redemption for Edwin Rios. Redemption for Seth Romero. For the Cubbies, Trevor Clifton. Loving that patch right there. Loving that patch. To 10. Matt Sauer for the Yankees. There's our Lewis Brinson again. Once again going to the Brewers as noted and stated there on the card. Brendan Little to 25. Fernando Tatis, 25. James Nelson. The Alex Fado. Jaron Kendall. Let me set that half down the road here, and then we'll look at the back part of these. Greg Deichmann. Garrett Hampson. That's Thompson, because I saw Bubba Thompson in behind there. Sorry. That was Bubba Thompson on the second one. Nick Allen. Logan Warmoth. Trevor Rogers, Pavin Smith, and then our transparent cards. Once again, these will all go to the team that the player is currently playing for. Cody Bellinger, that was a nice little hit there to 25. The DL Hall to 25. Mark Vientos to 25. Drew Ellis. Freddie Tarnok to 10. Blake Hunt. Adam Hazley. AJ Puck to 10. Mackenzie Gore, nice hit as well. Ian Anderson. Norris Ruiz to 25. And finally, Patrick Mazaka. All right, that wraps up this half case of Trinity Baseball, and that's actually the last of the Trinity Baseball that I have on hand. However, I think I know someone else who still has some available for purchase at a significantly marked up price, but that's okay because I like the product. So if they still have it on Monday morning, we'll probably invest in a little more and be breaking that again soon, but I just have to wait for them to get back into the office and tell us whether or not they have more. So stay tuned on that one. So this is going to bring us into Gypsy Queen. And once again, if you're in the Gypsy Queen break, anticipating a Thursday shipping date. If I can get it to you sooner, I will. But right now, anticipating Thursday. And this is, everybody's going to get a card out of Gypsy Queen. There's tons of base cards in it. So there's going to be no team without a card in that for sure. So this is 5 boxes of 2018 Topps Gypsy Queen Baseball. It is a half case break. It is break number 6. It's the back part of a case that we started a few days ago. It ended tonight, April the 8th on eBay. We're live streaming it tonight, April the 8th. And of course, being the back half of the case, we don't have to worry about getting random involved. We already know which boxes we're going to open. The only ones that are left. And I am going to do one other thing here. I'm going to tweak this focus just slightly because I wanted to hold some of those other cards a little closer to the camera than I could a minute ago. And usually, if the background is the background has to be more out of focus to be able to see the cards closer. I have learned that. You would think I would have learned more than that, and as long as I've been doing this. But yeah, that's what I've learned. So... And that, of course, is the reason those are numbered on one end as well, because we did with that case the same thing we do with all of our cases when we busted into it. Okay, so now let's talk back about the question that M. Kent Doss raised earlier. There's a lot of short prints and variations and things in Gypsy Queen. Most of them are pretty straightforward. There is one instance that isn't. It is a super, super rare hit. I haven't hit any of them yet. It's not to say that I won't, and I hope we do. But it is a short print where the player is intentionally listed for the wrong team. So, for instance, it could be, let's say it were Aaron Judge, and we know he's only played for the Yankees, and he's in his Yankees uniform, and on the card it listed him as Cincinnati Reds. I mean, obviously I don't know that's not the exact card, but it's just an example of what I'm talking about. In that instance, because that would be an intentional error, a short print intentional error by Topps, that would, of course, go to the correct team of the Yankees. It would not go to the Reds because it would be, again, an intentional error by Topps. To 150, Francisco Lindor for the Indians is our first box topper. But with the exception of that, should we be fortunate enough to hit that super rare short print, with the exception of that, anything else, it's of course going to go to the team as you see on the card. So that's kind of how that's going to roll. I'm getting some of our all kinds of sleeves out here, and then we're going to start ripping some packs on this. And of course, we're looking for 2 autographed hits in here, 2 on-card autograph hits to be super specific. And we'll also find some variations. We'll find several numbered things. We'll find some base card short prints and a variety of other short prints. One of the things in here is a capless variation, and there are a few players that actually are capless in their base cards and are not part of the short print. You would think that they would be, but they're not. One of them is Justin Upton for the Angels. So when you see Justin Upton go by, it's going to be like, hey, he's capless. Yeah, that's just his base card, though. Then, what else? What else? There's something else about this I was going to tell you. Forgot what it was. Oh, the Jackie Robinson Day. My experience has been up to this point of 1 per case. However, it's not like a guaranteed thing. Topps doesn't say you're absolutely going to get 1 per case or whatever. It just gives a range of the approximate number of packs where you find one. But my experience has been about 1 per case. We did find one in the first half of this case. So if we were to get lucky enough to find one in the back half, that would just be a bonus. And we're starting off nicely here for the Chicago White Sox with Lucas Giolito, black and white parallel autograph, numbered 250. And there's another, there's a variation in here where that logo is swapped out with a lady's face. Technically, I guess a gypsy's face, if you really want to get right down to it. So that is a parallel that we'll be looking for. There are some that have blank team names. We are coming upon one now that has a bazooka back. Last year, the bazooka backs were SSPs in here. This year, it is an entirely parallel set. So it's not an SSP, but there's an entire set of cards with the, bazooka back parallel. And first out, that one is for the Blue Jays with Kevin Pillar. And you can tell, you guys, somebody in there said Mustaka. Oh, Edward said that Mustakas, why can't I ever say his name? I'm just going to call him Moose. It's his nickname anyway. Is wearing 42, but is not a Jackie Robinson Day. I thought he was a Jackie Robinson Day insert in here. You can always tell by that little code on the back, if nothing else. This is the blank team name for the Cardinals. Ronaldo Lopez. That is also a blank team name. And of course, you see I go through the base at a pretty good little clip here. So if I'm going faster than you're comfortable with and you want to go slower through the base, let me know and I'll adjust the pace. This is the Justin Upton I was talking about. So he is capless, but that's his base card. So it is not part of the short print capless ones. An Ahmed Rosario Gypsy Queen Mini, Fortune Teller Mini. Oh, we have someone joining us from England. Nice. There went an Ohtani base card that went by. I'm trying to think in the first half, I don't think we pulled an autographed mini out of the first half, and there usually is one of those in a case too. I don't remember pulling it anyway. Rickey Henderson. And Rickey Henderson is one of our base card short prints. A lot of our retired Hall of Fame types we will find in the base card short print. Oh, Brian, I didn't see your question, but I see that Bryce answered it. Thank you, Bryce. I appreciate that. There's one more case of Gypsy Queen left, and we're going to start it on Friday night. Friday the 13th, I know, right? And then I don't know when we'll finish it up, but we'll definitely bust into the first half of it. This upcoming Friday night will be the first half of the new case of Gypsy Queen. And that is the last of the Gypsy Queen that I have on hand. Probably won't bring in more of that, especially if I'm going to overpay by $1 zillion to get another case of Leaf Tribute, which I probably will because I like it. Bryce Harper for the Nats, Fortune Teller Mini. So probably the upcoming case that'll bring in more of that. A little Aaron Judge tarot insert. We'll find loads of those as well. Yes, I saw you on there. It was nice. In England. It is nice to have you join us with the time difference. What time is it there? Is it morning for you? Giancarlo Stanton, tarot insert for the Yankees. And Ichiro for the Marlins with a tarot insert. A Fortune Teller Mini. Rafael Devers, Red Sox. Yeah, Bryce says overpay for Leaf Trinity or Topps Tribute. Yeah, I just opened the one case of Topps Tribute. I really don't know what happened there. I normally would have ordered more in, but for some reason I only had one case on pre-order, so there you go. To 50, the black and white parallel, Chris Davis for the A's. So I just stuck with the one case of Tribute and left that as it was because I had so much other stuff anyway to open. Normally I wouldn't have had like 5 or 6 cases of it, but I probably would have normally had 2 or 3. And usually I would have had more Tribute too. Whatever was going on a few months ago when it was time to order that stuff, I apparently did not order as much of either one as I normally do. Oh, did I say Leaf Tribute? Oh, sorry, Leaf Trinity. Yeah, okay. Brain did not keep up with my mouth, or my mouth didn't keep up with my brain, however you want to look at it. I didn't even realize I said that. Yeah, Brian, we've had one auto out. The very first, like, second or third pack we opened up was the Giolito for the White Sox on the black and white parallel was the first auto out of this particular box. We still have one left to find. Those should be in these last few packs here. For the Mariners, numbered to 250 with the blue border. And of course, I do always recap everything pertinent at the end of the break. So if someone jumped in late, or you've missed something, or you just want another look at it, or all of the above, or any of the above, it will be recapped at the end. So you'll have another shot at checking it out then. A Fortune Teller Mini, Mike Trout for the Angels. Boy, we just about waited till last, didn't we? Like 5 cards from the end. Here comes our second auto. It is Sean Newcomb for the Atlanta Braves. I've been pulling him a lot out of Gypsy Queen, it seems like. Maybe I haven't been, and it's just been a couple times recently, so it makes it feel like I've been pulling him out a lot, but it seems like it's been a lot. All right, let's get all of our packs out of here, and then we'll take a look at our box topper. I always show you the inside of the empty box, pretty much always. I don't really know why, I just do. Just so you can see it's empty, I guess. Every once in a while, though, I'll find like a pack stuck down in a box. Not a box like that, obviously, but some of the ones that have the little built-in inserts and things. So it makes it worthwhile. Hey, we have another blue box topper. So we have another one numbered to 150. This one is Bryce Harper for the Nats. So 2 in a row come out with the nice numbered Gypsy Queen chrome box topper. I want want to find one of those autograph, though. That's what we really need to find, is the autograph parallel. Oh, really? I did not know that. I was working on my taxes all day today, and I did not have the television on at all because I knew it would distract me, and I really didn't want to make a mistake on that. And I'm still not finished with them, daggone it. But Bryce said in chat here that Sean Newcomb, pitched 6 shutout innings against the Rockies today. That's pretty sweet. And by the way, if you are watching live and you cannot see chat and you want to see chat, you need to A, log into YouTube, and B, if you are watching on a mobile device like a tablet or your phone, you would also need to click on the little link that says view the desktop version. First autograph out here is Carlos Carrasco for the Indians. Carrasco. I never say his name right. Oh, and the game was in Colorado even. Well, that is pretty good because it's that's a tough adjustment to make, I think. Being in the Mile High City when you're not used to it. It takes a toll on you. Garcia with the logo swap. So that is what I was talking about earlier when the Gypsy Queen logo swaps out with the lady's face. That is a logo swap. Franco for the Phillies, another logo swap. Yeah, I didn't, that is pretty good with Sean Newcomb. I mean, that's really actually very good. For the Giants, wait a minute. This right here is an example of what we were talking about earlier, right? When we were talking about that we hadn't found one that had the player on with the wrong team information on it. So how about that? Because Corey Seager is a Los Angeles Dodger. And it says on there, San Francisco Giant. So there is our super rare team swap hit. Haha, how about that? After I, said we hadn't found one in all the cases that we'd opened. So, yay. So once again, this goes to the Dodgers because this is an intentional error made by Topps. It is an intentional short print error, okay? So Corey Seager going to the Dodgers, as he should, with the nice short print team swap. So how many cases did it take us to find that? What case are we in? The third one, I think. None in the first two. Hey, my man Johnny Bench. That is a base card short print. So that was a very nice little hit there for the Dodgers. Fortune Teller Mini Corey Seager. Again, Dodgers. Somewhere in the literature about this, it tells what the odds are to pull that card with the wrong, team on it. And it's a crazy high odds. Like crazy high odds. Let's see if it says it on the back of this wrapper. I don't think it's on the back of the wrapper. I think it's on something else, but let's see if I can find it. I want to see if it says it on here. Oh, well, yeah, okay, but it's not as high of an odds as I thought that it was, but it's still pretty. It is 1 in 843, so it's not as high as I thought that it was, but that's still pretty high. I'm not good with math in my head, so there's what? 240 packs in a case. Is that right? I think that's right. Noah Syndergaard for the Mets on the Fortune Teller Mini. So you'd be talking one every about every 4 cases, something like that. And this is our 3rd case, and we finally have found one. A little tarot insert for Kenley Jansen. Bryce says, how are my Cincinnati Reds playing? Boy, not very well. Bryce Harper, tarot insert. I mean, you know, they have their moments, I guess, but Castillo had not a good outing over the weekend. It's, I don't know. Eventually, I guess we'll get on track, but I kind of say it every year. I feel like I've been saying that since the 1970s, but obviously not true. We had a little run, much more recently than that, but I don't know. My poor Reds. Has anybody checked the prices on how the team swap hits are selling? I don't check a lot of prices on the short print stuff most of the time. I would like to, but I just run out of time in my day to even get everything done, much less have time to surf around and look at that. But Brian got to watch 2 of the 3 games where the D-backs swept the Dodgers. Well, that, I guess, if you're a Diamondbacks fan, is good. If you're a Dodgers fan, you probably wouldn't be very happy with that. And Bryce, yeah, it is kind of like your Royals. Like, I don't know what is going on. But eventually, I guess, we'll get it straightened out in both cases, Royals and Reds. I just keep waiting for Hunter Green. For the White Sox, that is the blank team name. I was so happy we drafted him last year. I hope he comes up quick. I mean, I know he's young. He's really young, but I hope he comes up next year, but that may be a little too optimistic on my part. I don't know. Justin Verlander to 250, blue border, Astros. Oh, so the Seager's only $29.95 by it now? Okay, well, that's not as good as I would have thought. I'm sure it depends as well on the player and all the other factors that play into card values, but I would have thought it would have been a little better than that, because it is kind of rare. Carlos Correa for the Astros Fortune Teller Mini. If only you could beat them in the postseason. I know. I'm telling you, there's certain teams, though, that just turn it up a notch when you get to the postseason. Dodgers certainly would be one of them. Another Bazooka back, once again, part of a parallel set. But that one is a nice little Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Speaking of, nice little rookie parallel there. And a Fortune Teller Mini Manny Machado, the Orioles. Well, I would love to see Nick Senzel come up, of course, but they're messing with the kid. I mean, they've been moving him all around everywhere. They're not going to let him play third now because they signed Suarez to that big contract. So they've had him at short. They've had him at second. Now I think they have him playing left field or something. He's playing in Louisville, AAA in Louisville, I think, right now. Dominic Smith for the Mets. Blue border, numbered 292. Pretty much every case we find at least Dominic Smith or Ahmed Rosario. Sometimes we find them both. And usually, if I find them once, I find them again in the same case. That is Francisco Lindor on the little tarot insert. Yeah, I mean, we do have a few good prospects, obviously, in our system. But something about just, I don't know what they do in the front office. Sometimes I think they just have some weird decision making. Because look at all the players that have come through the Reds organization, which are awesome playing elsewhere. And we trade them for something that never works out. That seems to happen to us a lot. So it's like, who is making the trade decisions in Cincinnati? And maybe they shouldn't be. Another blue one. What up? All three of our box stoppers so far have been blue, numbered to 150. That one, Manny Machado for the Orioles. Yeah, that is a weird number for that to be numbered to 92. I don't disagree with you on that. Going back to the Dominic Smith, I don't disagree with you that that's odd. But they're always, the parallels are always numbered, or most always numbered differently when they're autographed than when they are not. So the blue border unautographed is what, to 150? And then the blue border autographed, well, that one was to 92, so. But Topps does some strange things sometimes with the numbering. Panini's the worst about that, though. Panini just, like, I don't know what they do. It's almost like they choose their numbers by whatever comes out for the lottery that week, you know? Cards numbered to 26 or 98 or 42. I mean, they just do some weird stuff at Topps with numbering. But you're right. It's not as common to have strangely numbered things with Topps as it is with Panini. So another Ohtani, just base rookie. Did he pitch today? Did Ohtani pitch today? Felix Hernandez, Mariners, 250, black and white parallel. Because, you know, he homered in 3 straight games. It's a Bellinger tarot insert. I thought his first pitching outing was pretty good. I mean, I know he had that kind of rough little deal there where he gave up 3 on 1 pitch, but as a whole, I think he's been playing pretty well. No, I wasn't watching anything. That's why I said, Bryce, I didn't watch anything today. I was working on my taxes. Bo Jackson for the Royals. That is the base card short print. Have not had the television on the entire day. And I am still not done with my taxes, by the way. But I worked on them all day today. And I could not turn on the television because if I did, I would have been watching that and not doing my taxes, which is what I have done for the last 3 months. Instead of getting them done, yeah, that's what I've been doing. Bryce Harper for the Nationals. Watching television and doing breaks and sorting cards and surfing eBay when I should have been doing my taxes. Oh, so he had 6 perfect innings, gave up a hit in the 7th. That's pretty good, though. Well, yes, and you're right. It is better than starting them on the 14th, but it's not much better. I mean, considering today is the 8th, and I probably still have, oh gosh, I don't know. I'd say at least another 5 or 6 hours worth of reconciliation to do before I even have my numbers to plug in. I know, it's bad. But I thought I was going to be able to run a report for something and just get the answer popped out. And as it turns out, yeah, there wasn't a report for that, which I thought there was. So I have already spent the entire day trying to gather that information, and I am not even done yet. It's a little Clint Frazier base rookie. Because I have to go back through month by month, day by day, and add up an insane number of items. Bad news. I am not having fun with it either. For the Giants, that is the blank team name. And the bad part is, once all said and done, I'm pretty sure I'm going to owe money on top of everything else. So, on top of the fact that it's going to take me forever, and I waited so long to do it, and then I'm going to owe money. Bryce Harper Tarot Parallel, or Insert, rather. That's probably part of the reason I put them off, though, honestly, because I'm like, I really don't want to deal with it. I know I'm going to owe money. I don't have time. I don't want to. You know how that goes. San Francisco Giants, Hunter Pence, logo swap. And I hate dealing with numbers anyway. It's just my least favorite thing to do. For the Blue Jays, a blank team name. Yeah, you're right. I didn't give the government any interest-free loans this year. You are correct about that. I guess they gave me one, but it probably won't be interest-free because pretty sure I underpaid my quarterly taxes as well, which will come with a hefty little penalty. So, all the way around, I should have just done better and kept up with it a little better than I did. And the bad thing is, I've already got stuff that should be tallied up for this year that I don't have done yet either, because quarterly taxes are due. So I've got to turn around as soon as I finish last year's 2017 taxes. I've got to turn around and do the first quarter of this year to calculate that payment. So, yuck. Clint Frazier, 250, blue border, Yankees. A fortune teller mini, Mike Trout. I'm bummed that I didn't find the Bat Boy in Heritage. Seeing Mike Trout just reminded me of that. Again, I know it was really high odds, but I really, really wanted to find that. Well, you know what, Indians? You have a second Carrasco to 99. This one also has the logo swap up there at the top, so you have a pair of those. I don't think your other one had the logo swap, but a pair nonetheless of player autographs for you. Francisco Lindor Tarot Insert. Ian Kinsler, black and white parallel, 250 for the Angels. Anytime they're to 50, we know they're going to be the black and white parallel. Well, unsigned, I should say. We know they're going to be the black and white. Numbered differently, obviously, when they're signed. We saw that. Ahmad Rosario, Mets on the Fortune Teller Mini. A Fortune Teller Mini Devers for the Red Sox. And for the Tampa Bay Rays, we have Daniel Robertson. And his signature is, I don't know, kind of interesting. I don't know if I've seen his signature before. I don't remember seeing it before, anyway. Rolling into box 4 of 5 right now. Bryce says, can I classify card breaking as a hobby? I don't think so. I don't know. I usually, I have to get stuff in a decent enough shape to take to the accountant, which is what I'm working on right now, all that I worked on all day today. And then if I can get the numbers in somewhat reasonable shape, then he'll figure out the rest and tell me how many zillions of dollars I owe somebody. Mike Trout is our box topper for the Angels. Leaf Metal Draft Football, I have, that's another one. That's what I said. Well, all that stuff that's coming out like right now in the last couple weeks, I short ordered and I don't really know why. Well, I kind of know why I did it with Leaf Metal Draft, because it came out the same day as Elite Draft, you know, Panini's Elite Draft, the exact same day. So I know that's probably why I short ordered that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't get more tributes in 2 cases, because I would have, I keep saying that, Trinity. Why I didn't get more than 2 cases of Trinity. I don't know what I was doing. So, all that stuff is less than I want it to be. So, I actually did check back and say how much Ultimate Draft do I have ordered and how much Valiant Draft do I have ordered. And I only ordered a couple of cases of those as well. So, I don't really know what I was doing, but anyway. I'm hoping I can pick up some more of most of that stuff, albeit they charge you a higher price, but if I really like it, I will sometimes just cough it up and pay it anyway. So we'll see if they still have any on Monday or not, and if they do, what they want for it. For the Dodgers, a little Cody Bellinger Fortune Teller Mini. Tampa Bay Rays, Blake Snell. You know we weren't going to get out of here without finding a Blake Snell, right? He seems to show up in Gypsy Queen quite frequently. Yeah, all of the Elite Draft and the Leaf Metal Draft, all that stuff right now is going by first letter of last name. Clint Frazier for the Yankees, Fortune Teller Mini. Because there's really, I mean, there's not much of another good way to do it. Because obviously we haven't had the draft yet. We don't know what pro team they're going to go to. And if I tried to list every college team that could potentially be in there, I think that'd be a hot mess. To 250 Mike Trout blue border for the Angels. So, you know, you got to think about how easy is it going to be to sort? How easy is it going to be to bid is the other thing. Because some people, myself included, sometimes I know who the player is. I don't always remember what collegiate school they played for. Walker Buehler Dodgers, blank team name. So I figure first letter of last name is the easiest. That way, if you're looking for Darius Geis, you can just go to G, last name G. You don't have to worry about knowing that he played for the LSU Tigers. Carlton Fisk for the White Sox. That is a base card short print. So I don't know. Other people may do it differently. I'm not sure. Or they may do a lot of people probably do it as just player breaks and take the checklist and break it down into individual players, but holy Moses, I do not want to get into that either. I mean, some of those checklists, you know, we might be listing a couple hundred listings for one case of something. I don't have that kind of time. Yeah, we pulled a nice Baker Mayfield out of, I think we pulled it out of Leaf. No. Did we pull it out of Leaf Metal Draft, or did we pull it out of, I think it was out of Leaf Metal Draft. We pulled Josh Allen out of Elite. I don't know. Because we've broken Leaf Metal Draft twice and Elite only once so far. So I may have gotten them mixed up, but I think Mayfield came out of Metal Draft so far. And Allen definitely came out of Elite, because it was numbered to 20. And Josh Allen is a short print in Elite, I believe, anyway. Oh, yeah, those people that like to sell them by player breaks and all that. I mean, I would not want to sort a full case of cards into a player break. I just wouldn't, but everybody's got their own thing, so. Now, I know one guy who does player breaks most of the time, and he'll sometimes break 2-3 cases of something at once if it, doesn't have a lot of cards in it. And I'm just like, oh, brother, I would not want to do that. I just wouldn't. Molina for the Cardinals. That is the blank team name. But, I think everybody probably does it a little differently when it comes to stuff like that, where you can't easily sort them into pro teams, or in this case, can't at all sort them into pro teams. Brad Hand for the Padres. That is logo swap. Oh, the Rizzo you got was a box 19 out of a 2-case break. Yeah. I mean, and that takes a really long time, too, by the way. Which I'm sure you know. It takes a very long time to break that many cards. It takes a very long time to sort and ship that many cards. I mean, everything about it is more complex when you're talking about that type of thing. Chris Davis for the A's. Not more complex. Complex isn't the right word. More time consuming, if that's the right word. That is a Taro Aroldis Chapman. A Taro Chris Davis. A Taro for the Angels. Lots of Taros right there in a row. Well, that's true. That, if you really wanted somebody who's a little bit lower priced out of the Cubs organization, then yeah, I mean, that makes sense to do it as a player as opposed to a team in that case, maybe. This is numbered to 250. Dominic Smith, blue border for the Mets. But there's also more inherent risk as well. When you have the Cubs, so let's say that you really only wanted Rizzo out of the Cubs, but maybe Rizzo didn't hit, but you got 2 of Chris Bryant, that would bail you out of a break. Whereas if you're on a player break and you just literally have the player and not the rest of the team, and your player doesn't hit, then you're just, out of luck. So, but everybody's got their own level of risk that they're willing to accept, of course. Dominic Smith logo swap. But yeah, so there's different ways to look at it. And I mean, I'm not opposed certainly to player breaks. I've bought, I've bid on and bought into some before. Chris Bryant for the Cubs. It's just not my favorite thing to do on the other side of it as a breaker. I don't enjoy it that much. We have little Andrew Toles for the Los Angeles Dodgers. What do we have here? This is a Jackie Robinson day. Hey, so we have an extra one in this case. With Mr. Puig and the Dodgers. What is this? This is like the Dodgers are just going to get all of the short print stuff in here. They got Jackie Robinson Day. They got the team error card. I mean, Dodgers are kind of cranking through it right now. Yeah, definitely. If you're going to do a player break, I would think in most instances you would want to be in a multi-case break. I don't think you would probably want to do a player break in a single case of too many things. Carlos Correa for the Astros is our final box topper tonight. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's, if, for instance, I did fewer breaks per week, and just did a couple of giant breaks per week, then it would be more feasible to do something like that. But I like being able to do the memorabilia stuff and some of the one-box breaks and some of the stuff I mix in at the early part of each night. And then we end up the night usually with case or half case breaks. That's kind of the way I've settled into over the course of time. Because I've done it lots of different ways here and there. But that's kind of what I have the most fun doing, I guess. That's probably why that's probably why I do it that way, because I like it. It's fun for me. Bryce, I did not hit any throwbacks in Heritage. I don't remember what the odds were for the throwbacks this year in Heritage, but again, they were pretty high. And no, I didn't hit any, which was a bit of a drag. Hank Aaron, my other favorite player. Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron, my two favorite baseball players, for those of you who might not have known that. So there's a little Hank Aaron base card short print. We already pulled a Johnny Bench base card short print earlier, so I got to see both my favorite guys go through. Miguel Sano for the Twins. That is logo swap. Oh, it's 1 in 6,000? Okay. I knew it was high. I didn't know it was specifically 1 in 6,000, but yeah, did not get lucky enough to hit that. For the Astros, Carlos Correa. And that also looks like a Jackie Robinson Day, does it not? I believe it is. Let me check the code on the back of Puig, and then we'll make sure that they match up. Yeah. So how about that? An extra Jackie Robinson Day. This overall has been a pretty good back half of the case, right? I mean, we had 3 of the blue box toppers, 2 Jackie Robinson Days, the team error or team swap error card. As a whole, it's been pretty solid little back half of the case. Aroldis Chapman, 250, blue border, Yankees. Fortune Teller Mini Devers, numbered to 250 for the Red Sox. A Fortune Teller Mini for the Dodgers with Cody Bellinger. I wish I could remember everything we hit in the first half, and then I would know if it was like a super, super good case. Although, as a whole, I do think this back half's been pretty solid in terms of our short prints and parallels and variations and things like that. I think the first half of this one is the one that had the Rhys Hoskins capless in it, too. Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I do so much stuff in a short period of time, and between the breaking and the sorting and everything else, sometimes I lose track. Oh, yeah, you're right, Edward. We did have the patch card in the first half for Severino. Good call, man. Nice memory. All right, let's stop and take a look at some of this. We got a few little packs left up there still to open, but my I cannot delay my gratification any farther. We need to stop and look at some. And that is Kenley Jansen in the tarot insert. A little Bryce Harper Fortune Teller Mini for the Nats. Another Ohtani base rookie. Hunter Renfroe, Padres, blank team name. Yeah, you are right about that, Bryce. Really, almost everything anymore is a 12-month out of the year product cycle. I mean, we didn't take any time off for baseball. I mean, the last 2017 product that came out, which was Bowman's Best, came out in late December, and then by mid-January, we were busting 2018 Series 1. So there's absolutely no break anymore in baseball releases or football, as you pointed out. Both of them are pretty much year-round. Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. I mean, we just finished Flawless Football. Just came out last week. Again, that's the last of the 2017s. We're still breaking it. we got 2018 Elite out. Not even a week. I mean, one came out on Wednesday and the other one came out on Friday. The last 2017 came out on Wednesday. The first 2018 came out on Friday. Lewis Brinson, Milwaukee Brewers. That sounded like Oprah, didn't it? You know, she puts that little whatever on the end. Brewers. I don't know why I did that. Brett Phillips, Milwaukee Brewers again. Back-to-back hits. So it was a Brewer kind of box there. I guess basketball is really about the only one that has a little bit of a break. However, they switched some of that up too. There's Kermayer, fortune teller, or tarot, I mean. They changed a bunch of the basketball release dates, and they've now pushed Encased from what would have been like 2 weeks from now, has been pushed all the way to July. There's Devers Red Sox rookie blank team name. Nice little hit. And they switched around something else in the basketball release dates besides Encased. I just can't think what it was. And then, of course, they've added 2 new products, both of which are going to come out after National Treasures. That's what else moved. National Treasures basketball moved. Because it was supposed to be maybe this upcoming week. And they pushed it back, too. Bryce, you're funny. He says, isn't Brinson supposed to be a Marlin? Because of the conversation we had earlier when we were opening Trinity. He is, in fact, a Marlin in reality right now, yes. But I don't believe he is yet a Marlin on any card that I know of, anyway. That was Clayton Kershaw for a little tarot. Brandon Drury to 250, blue border. A fortune teller mini Devers for the Red Sox. There it is. I was like, what? You know what I'm thinking? I have not seen our autograph mini hanging out till the very end. But you know what? It's not a Met for the first time. I think all the others have either been Ahmed Rosario or Dominic Smith. But this is Dustin Fowler, numbered to 50 for the A's. Pretty cool little hit right there for the Oakland A's. Just when you thought you had to give up, right, A's? We pull it out for you at the last possible second. Where are we talking about a Diamondbacks hit? Uh-oh, Brian, did I go past something? Where did I go past something, man? Because you said a Diamondbacks hit, and I don't remember seeing a Diamondback hit. So what did I go past? You better tell me if it was it a short print that I missed? Oh, you're just talking about the Brandon Drury. I gotcha. Never mind. You're talking about the blue border. I was thinking something I had missed. But yeah, we did have the Drury blue border. Sorry. We'll look at our parallels first. There's Corey Seager again. That's going to go to the Dodgers. That is the one that is the team swap. It is an intentional error card made by Topps going to the Dodgers. And there is our Diamondback Brandon Drury to 250. And for some reason that I was thinking I had shot past something, but that's what you meant. Devers, blank team name for the Red Sox. Blank team name Hunter Renfroe. Chapman to 250. Carlos Correa, Jackie Robinson Day. Sano with the logo swap. Base card short print, Hank Aaron. Jackie Robinson Day, Puig. Dominic Smith logo swap. Dominic Smith blue border to 250. Logo swap, Brad Hand. Blank team name, Molina. Base card short print, Fisk. Blank team name, Bueller. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I know. Mike Trout to 250, blue border. And Ian Kinsler, black and white, 250 for the Angels. Clint Frazier to 250, blue border. Blank team name, Solarde. Hunter Pence, logo swap. Blank team name, Johnny Cueto. Bo Jackson is a base card short print. Black and white parallel, Felix Hernandez, 250. A Walker Bueller Bazooka back parallel. Justin Verlander, blue border, 250. Astros, blank team name, Sanchez, White Sox. Johnny Bench, base card short print. And Franco, logo swap. Logo swap for Garcia. Blue border to 250 for the Mariners. Black and white parallel to 50 for the A's. Ricky Henderson, short print base card for the A's. Lopez, White Sox, blank team name. Is this DeYoung? How do you say this guy's name? This is for the Cardinals. It is a blank team name. And then finally, we have the Pilar with the Bazooka back parallel. Now we'll take a look at our autograph hits. Dustin Fowler, black and white, mini to 50. For the Milwaukee Brewers, Brett Phillips. For the Milwaukee Brewers, Lewis Brinson. For the Dodgers, Andrew Toles. For the Tampa Bay Rays, Blake Snell. For the Tampa Bay Rays, Daniel Robertson. I didn't really realize the Rays had back-to-back hits, too. That one got by me a while ago. The Indians, Carrasco, numbered 299. Dominic Smith for the Mets, blue border parallel, numbered to 92. Another Carrasco for the Indians. Sean Newcomb for the Braves. And finally, Lucas Giolito, black and white, parallel, 250 for the White Sox. Oh, you said DeYoung. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brian. I got to remember that. I'm going to try really hard to remember that. So, all right. So, guys, I will put up the spreadsheet again here real quickly with the shipping information, just in case someone missed it before, or you're watching the recorded version and, you know, you're scrolling to the end. So, once again, there is our anticipated shipping date, as always, on the paid breaks, which tonight are Trinity and Gypsy Queen. If I can get it out to you sooner, I will. The free shipping breaks, those usually go about the day that they're listed, because I only send those out once every 6 or 7 days. Try to combine a few things, make those a little more cost effective, so we can keep doing some free shipping stuff. And that is not where I meant to go. I meant to go here. And here again, our breaks in the days ahead. Main thing for you guys, because we got a lot of basketball and football for the next couple of days, but then on Wednesday we'll start busting into Diamond Kings. It comes out Wednesday, and we'll bust into a full 12-box inner case starting Wednesday night. Thursday, more basketball. Friday, more Gypsy Queen. Friday the 13th. I don't know if that's good or bad. And that's kind of it for tonight. So as always, I thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you who bids with me and breaks with me. Those of you who chat with me and just stop by to say hi and hang out and all that. I appreciate that too. So, oh, and I see Brian says, oh, he's from Missouri, moved to Arizona. Bryce, Kansas City. And Brian, yeah, you got a connection to the Angels. They are expensive this year to pick up because of Ohtani. You're right about that. So. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a nice start to your week tomorrow, and fingers crossed that I don't end up owing, my three firstborn children. Can't have three firstborn children, can you? My first three children to the IRS. All right. I will see you next time, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.